Hi, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm over here trying to advertise.
Right. I'm glad she knows how to do it and is all about it because I'm slacking. I'm lacking.
So, okay. As you see me in here.
Yeah, we're a little bit
Super,
behind today.
super more pleasurable. I appreciate you guys. If you like to hit the follow button right below, we appreciate that as well. So, today's stream, if you didn't see, we're going to talk about the supernatural. So that includes ghosts, aliens. I mean, aliens are not technically supernatural. That's the unknown. Welcome to Chili's. Thanks.
Hi, welcome to Chili's. Ouija boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ouija boards.
I mean, I think most people have ghost stories, and I like to think that, you know, I mean, I believe the ghosts that are real. Our ghosts are real. Got those good Monty sticks. They do. They do. I mean, I haven't been to Chili's in ages, but
Weed boards. Yeah, for sure. Got those
so
too.
I mean, let's start off. Do you guys believe in ghosts? Do you guys think that anything? Do you believe in the spiritual, anything like that? Do you believe that there's supernaturals? I mean, I guess vampire witches. Um, I mean, it also goes into other things, and I'm not going to say because people might get angry at me. Um,
I mean, do we care?
yeah, sometimes
Oh,
it
okay.
depends. It depends on who it is. I don't know why they're arguing over chilies.
No dollar drinks. That's
Yay.
that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
But
We like to have cheap drinks. You did. You did. How was it?
right.
I
And what
mean,
role did you play?
I seen on what was it? What movie was it? Scary Movie. Scary Movie 2. And I don't know.
Plasma. Oh my
But
gosh.
I mean, I do believe ghosts are real. I've had a lot of ghost experiences. I think that. I mean, how do you feel about ghosts, Bailey?
I definitely think ghosts are real. The definition of what a ghost is, though, I don't know if I'm 100% sure on.
That isn't ghost stuff like ectoplasma or whatever. Um, I didn't experience any of that, but like I think that is more of an energy kind of thing. So I like to think like when Newton's law, energy cannot be it can't be destroyed. So like
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
So
mean, like, how do like
I mean,
what
because
like
it could be another dimension. Like who
right?
knows? They've already said that there's multiple dimensions that we can't see with our eyes. But I mean, there's also a lot more to our brains that they don't know about. That some people might have that sense that others don't. You know, there's too much about the brain that they don't know and how it works. Um,
For sure.
got a ghost kitty. She does. She does. Her from her daddy. And
Um. Yeah. So I ended up asking my father about that. You ladies
just
should
remind
tell
them
us
for
your
the last
experience.
time.
Yeah, with something similar.
We will. We will.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, J Tears. We appreciate you.
No, but my dad said that the cat was sick and that he did have it euthanized.
That's unfortunate.
He said he did not shoot it because I accused him.
I
I was like, "Did you kill my cat?" But anyways, moving
mean,
forward.
yes, I have lots of ghost stories. So, one particular one, I mean, I've had like experienced it all through my life. Um, but one that I mean, my sister and brother and we all experienced is this one house that we used to live in when I was in third grade, and the husband of the wife that sold us the house died. He died there. But when we moved in, the room that my grandpa used to stay at in the end of the hallway had bloody footprints to it, which was just weird in the first place. I mean, who knows? It may not have been blood, but they were red. So either way, it was not cool. So I mean, it was always weird. So like it, you know, you always get that feeling of somebody watching you. I mean, if you guys have ever felt that, it's not a comfortable feeling. uh, but so I mean, it just always felt like somebody was watching us there. And then I always hated being by myself there. I always had to have somebody with us. But my brother and sister and I were walking past one of our bedrooms in the upstairs, and see, Tiana, Epic Hills, you tell the story before we got there, okay? Calm down, calm down. And we walked past and we heard a really deep laugh, and we all looked at each other like it was a Scooby Doo moment. Um, yeah, we ran. I mean, like when you and Scooby Doo, where they all look at each other like, "Did you hear that?" I'm not staying there. Mm-mm. You know, if Mm-mm. I this is probably not okay. Typically, white people like to sit and go explore things that they shouldn't.
Okay.
I'm not saying you, Bailey.
I think that's just in the movies, the stereotype that is played.
Well, my mom is that way, and my mom is that way. But my mom likes to go in depth into things and start looking for things, and she could tell you a lot of ghost stories. And I'm hoping that she starts. You heard a boy grunt, guy. Hey, but then that goes into things of, do you believe in demons and stuff like that? Because are there evil spirits? So like I don't know. Either way, it wasn't pleasant to hear the guy deep laughter. Because it just, you can hear something, but if other people hear things the same thing, then it makes it real. So no, nobody likes that. Bailey, do you have any? I mean, I have a lot more ghost stories.
Ghost stories, yeah. So, I mean, I have been told ghost stories by like my grandma, my grandpa, and whatever. And when I was a kid, I mean, even still today, like my grandma has a Ouija board and like would talk about it. But the only time that I have personally myself experienced something, well, actually twice, 2 times. One at my grandma's house, one at my house. When I was living at my grandma's house, they had gone out to dinner or something. I don't know where they were, but I was expecting them to come back. And I was on FaceTime with the guy I was dating at the time. And I was like, oh, I think my grandparents are home. And I like heard a bunch of noise in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And then I went downstairs and nobody was there. And I was like, what the heck? And I looked out in the garage. Nobody, they were not home. So I was like, what the heck? So then I called them and I was like, are you guys gonna be back soon? Like, whatever. And they're like, yeah, we'll be back soon. So I was like, okay, maybe I just heard something. Then I went back upstairs and was like laying in my bed, and I hear it again, like a bunch of like the cupboards closing, like rattling, like someone was going through the cupboards, opening drawers, like it was loud. And so I called my grandma freaking out, and I was like, someone is here. Like, if you are not home, someone is in this house. And then she came back, and I was like, let me know when you're here because I'm not coming out of my room. And she basically just shrugged it off and was like, yeah, like that stuff happens all the time, like that's normal. And I was like, not normal. And she was like, yeah, sometimes they'll just leave a cupboard open for us or they'll pull the drawers
They're
out.
Just being nice. They're being
right.
nice roommates.
Like, no ma'am. But hey, so that was the first time.
But Guy said, if you talk to someone in the sky, does that mean you're technically are looking at a ghost? I mean,
who are you talking to in the sky?
I mean, we start talking about religious things after that. So, hey Chibi, thanks for showing up. We appreciate you.
Oh snap.
I just we start getting another realm at that point. Like we don't want to. I mean, everybody has certain religions that they believe in, and then that means some religious people don't believe in ghosts or anything of the supernatural realm. But I mean, I've experienced too many things. There's also scientists that say it's not real. and they'll just figure out another reason on why this happened and blah blah blah. So I mean, but tell me why I saw a little girl in my room. So
Oh,
if you bury your dog in the backyard, it's a ghost can play with your new dog, cause dogs see ghosts. So if your dog running around like a crackhead is probably playing with your dead dog, agree or not? Well, guy, um, yes, I believe that animals can see ghosts. Because when I there was so there was another house. Apparently, all the houses that we went to have carried ghosts there. Because this one house that we were living in when I was in high school, I mean, there's multiple, but this one. So the first time that I experienced something was uh like I was looking for clothes for the next day of school. So I like to set up my stuff, like to prep, try to make sure I look good so I can look good for my crush the next day. So, but I was sitting there, I was trying out different clothes, and then it sounded like my sister saying, "Hey, Max is outside your door," which Max was my cat at the time.
so does your dog play with dead dogs? I think
Yeah,
so.
yes, yes. My dogs do play with dead dogs. Actually, they don't play much, so maybe not. But so I sound like my sister was saying, "Hey, Max is outside your room." So I'm sitting here. I'm like, okay. Open the door, and my cat Max is sitting outside the door. And I look around. There's nobody upstairs. I go into the rooms. I go into my sister's room, and then I see nobody upstairs. But then so I walk downstairs, and everybody's sitting in the kitchen, like not even close to the upstairs. So I was like, man, what the heck? Maybe I'm crazy, but definitely sound like I wouldn't have known my cat was outside my room. Besides, it sounding like my sister said, "Hey, your cat's outside your room." And at that same house, like I would always have these weird dreams. So every night that I would go to sleep, in my dreams, it like I always kept my closet door lights on because I was always scared of the dark because of ghosts, because of creepy things that mess with you in the dark. So I've always been scared of ghosts, and so I would keep the lights on. I didn't like sleeping in the dark, but in my dreams, there was always this black figure in the corner watching me. And in my dream, the same time that's on the clock, I would look at the clock in my dreams, and then um, I would see that time, and then I wake up in the same time as on the clock outside of my dream, still in real life. Um, and that happened all the time, like almost every single night. And it happened, continued on until I met my husband. But one night I woke up from that dream, and I felt tugging at my blanket at the end of my bed, which I always felt all the time. But when I felt it, I looked down, and I say it's not real. Felt it again, and my cat looks at it. So when, like I said before, if you just hear it yourself or feel it yourself, you're just like, whatever. I'm just imagining things. But then when something else recognizes the thing that you heard or things that you're feeling, then you're like, okay, that's crazy. That's unfortunate that your hamster died, guy. We apologize. We send our
Right.
condolences.
Hopefully, your hamster's playing with the other hamsters. And the
Wherever,
spirit
whatever
is
you believe is
running
gonna
on that
have
wheel.
afterlife. Um, you know. So I mean, that is unfortunate. We don't like when our animals pass. Um, but I mean, Max, my cat Max, has passed. It's been 6 years, so I mean, it sucks. Um,
Yeah.
you just
What if
hear
it's your hamster haunting you because you were a bad owner?
just hear gnawing at something, or
Right.
just
hear the
hearing of a
wheel.
hamster
Right. Just hear
running
the
at
wheel
night.
all night. Oh my God.
But I mean, that house was just creepy. Period. I mean, I just always had Epic Hill said I was just talking about ghosts and stuff yesterday, and a friend was saying that saging actually works, but can be done wrong and draw spirits and trap them inside. Guy 9 years ago but it still hurts. Yes, it always hurts. J Tier said, "See the hammy running on the fan of your PC."
Sometimes you feel him licking your ankles. Well, that's
No, that-
nice that he's licking and not biting, because I
yeah,
feel like a hamster would gnaw the crap out of your ankles.
but the so I mean, we have a my uncle. I mean, his girlfriend, our friend. She actually gave me a whole bunch of different things, or told me a whole bunch of things to help with cleansing a house to keep evil spirits away and how to do it correctly. So hamsters can lick. It's not usual, but they can. Most of the time, they do bite, and it does not feel pleasant. So I mean, what was I saying?
Oh, how to cleanse the
Yes,
house.
there's ways to cleanse a house that is. So when you cleanse, you have to get. You don't typically use sage. You burn like blood bane, things that you don't even think are real things, but I found them on Amazon. So if you guys want them, I can share them on the links. Share share it later on. Um, but so you're supposed to open the windows and gather your items: juniper, incense, plus black and white candles, which I forgot to get, but I do have the juniper incense. They're very, very strong. Pray as normal. You want to ask that your home be blessed, protected, and cleansed. Give permission to certain angels, spirit guides, and ancestors to assist. Ask that they protect you and remove any negative energy from your home. So, I mean, this also goes in the realm of like religion, whatever you believe. So like you get dragons blood incense, solely for blessing items and prayers. Juniper berry incense to bless and cleanse your home. Uh, but I mean, all the stuff can be found on Amazon. That's where I got all of it from.
Hmm.
I have yet to do it because this is a big house and it's hard to cleanse the house with. Man, guy's going in about his hamster.
Right. You got a cute necklace? I thought he was in the drawer. Is he in the drawer on a necklace? Necklace in the drawer? Story does not add up.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can do things, but that is the way that I was told you're supposed to cleanse, to help with keeping negative spirits away.
Yeah, I have heard the white sage as well, but I have read that the white sage just smudges. It doesn't get away, which means it'll push them out percent. But like if you it's either if you don't have a window open, then they don't actually escape the house, or if you don't have like a door or like an opening to the
Yes,
house, whether
you
it be
have.
the door open,
Mhm.
the window open, whatever it may be, they don't have a way to go. But then also, if you leave it open, um, it can also invite other spirits. Now they might not be bad spirits, but
They're unwanted.
sage are can attract certain types of spirits as well. So
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be careful with all that stuff. The same as with the Ouija board, because I mean, that's why they say it's bad to use it because you don't know what kind of spirits you're attracting. I mean, a good thing we could have did was a Ouija board tonight, but I'm too scared to do that. I am not doing it. I would never do it. I'm not. I feel like that's just the wrong thing to do, guys. I mean, if you want to do a Ouija board, go right ahead, but I'm not. But
I
don't come to my
mean,
house after you do it, okay?
I've done it before multiple times,
Cray
but
cray.
nothing has ever happened. But my cousin, she bought a Ouija board from Salem, from the witch trials, and that freaks me out. We have not yet used it, but for the longest time, her husband wouldn't even let her bring it into the house. He made her leave it on the front porch because he was like, "You are not bringing that into my house." But he finally
So like,
let her
was
bring
it
it.
from like, and she just got it from Salem, or was it like that? Was it an old?
It was an
The
old
old
one,
one.
yeah, 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 that she bought off someone off the internet. Which I mean, I don't really know if she has like receipts or anything to prove that it was, but I mean, it definitely looks
I mean,
legit.
yeah, I'm not messing around with any of that stuff.
Thanks for hosting, everyone.
You done a Ouija board? and plasmophobia. I don't know what that means. Explain J Tears.
Gavin, you did a out hit board and went to jail. What's an out hit board?
No, never played that game.
Yeah. So, but my second experience
Yeah.
with a ghost, um, I didn't believe. So it was at my house that I live in now, and look it up real fast.
I'm about to look it up. Plasmo, phobia.
A ghost hunting game.
Just a video game.
Oh, can be used with a VR. Yes.
It looks familiar.
Yeah,
It's probably something I've watched. I've never played it, but oh, it just came out last year, so it's probably something that we've been watching on the streams. Hey JJ or Blaze, is that something that we've watched with Tio play? Oh yes, J Blaze already said something about it. Hi HCO. She grew up in, or HCO grew up in a house that was over 150 years old. We saw the same ghost in the same room about the same time every day. I think I think spirits just have unfinished business or are stuck in purgatory. Purgatory. See, I don't care if they have unfinished business. They better get out of my house and finish their business somewhere else, okay?
I would also like to say that we have falsifications being made in the comment section right now.
Oh, J Tears, we used to play Call of Duty back in the day. Hey J Tears, this is Jordan. I don't. I mean, I played Call of Duty with a lot of people back in the day. But yes, okay, Blaze. Guy said, just so everyone knows, Bailey is my ex-girlfriend. James. Oh, hi, James.
Hi,
No,
James.
Epic is not Shawty. It's James. It's been a long time. No, I remember you. I remember you. It's been a long time. Well, welcome to the streams. I'm glad to have you.
Yes. So, back to what I was saying. So, the house that I live in now, when my ex was living at the house, he would tell me that he would get up in the middle of the night to like go get a drink of water or go to the restroom or whatever, and that things were flying almost in the sense at him off the counter and off the table when he would walk by. Yeah, and I mean, it's a small house, but I would always just make excuses for him, be like, oh no, it probably, the air just kicked on, the heat just kicked on, like you probably just walked by and you were half asleep, da 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 da.
It's okay, Sly Stone. Thank you for tuning in, anyways. Oh,
welcome.
We appreciate you.
Yes. So then one night I had gotten up and it had happened to me, and I was like, man, I'm probably just asleep. Whatever. Went back to bed. And then one day, this was like one of the most freakiest things I think I ever happened to me. We were arguing in the way that my house is set up, like you can be in the kitchen, but you can like see the living room.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like kind of, one of us was in the living room, one of us was like in the kitchen, almost like arguing back and forth. And I had a mason jar that was full of change, so like a very heavy jar, and then there was a dog bowl full of food sitting on the floor as well, and simultaneously at the same time the change jar full of change, which was not on a ledge, it wasn't closed, literally flew off and hit the wall and broke, and the dog food bowl like flipped over, and like we just both kind of stopped arguing and looked at each other and was like, so
where was this at again?
At my house, the house I live in. And so then I was like, clearly does not like arguing, so hopefully it's a peaceful ghost. And then I had never had any like real experiences with like anything else at the house besides that. Besides, my dogs will literally stare at this one corner and just like bark. Like Oliver would just stare at this corner and bark and bark and bark and bark. And so I don't know if he was hearing like mice in the walls or if it was a ghost or what, but I'm just like, it's kind of weird that they both are just pinpointed on this one wall and there's not like,
see,
I don't know.
Ghosts are attracted. Well, bad spirits are attracted to negative energy. So if you're arguing, they like that. It makes them, it's supposed to make them stronger based on um my person that tells me about all this stuff. That negative energy creates or lets bad spirits attach to you. So if you're angry all the time or upset or things, they like to bring you down and like to continue you being in a bad space or mental state.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, so when I was well, this was the most recent, not, I guess not most recent, but this was, so one time, which my parents decided not to tell me about any of this stuff until afterwards. But one night, this house that we were staying in, um, all these are different houses, by the way, guys. We moved a lot. So I was sleeping that, like I said, I slept with the lights on because I was scared of the dark, because of ghosts, because I felt like I was always being watched, and that spirit always sat in the corner and watched me. But in this house, we just moved there, and um, I I mean, I had the light off, but I went to sleep, and then I woke up in the middle of the night, and I saw this little girl in my stuff. So I mean, that's probably the most I've seen. Like, it's been, that was like the worst that it's gotten. But she was sitting there in my stuff, like opening my boxes. Like, I had this box that had a whole bunch of notes in it. See, I wasn't messing with her, James. I'm not. I'm not touching a ghost. I'm not. I
He said,
what?
"Knock that girl out, baby. She will possess us."
Yeah.
Like,
So, um, what I was like, it's not real. It's not real. So I pull my blanket over my head, pull the blanket back down, look over. She's still there. I'm like, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Pull the blanket over my head again. Open the blanket. She's still there, and she didn't realize I was looking at her. So that was the thing. And I was just like, okay, pull the blanket back over. It's not real. I'm dreaming. It's not real. And then I finally, uh, hey, I'm not joining them, James. I don't know about you, but I don't plan to join them anytime soon. You know.
right. When the day comes, the day comes. But I'm
Yeah.
not premeditating that. Not trying to encourage it.
No bad juju. So then, um, I decided to get up and turn on the light. Um, and I finally just went back to sleep because she wasn't leaving. Slystone said the only issue I had at the house was feeling like something would try to push me down the open staircase. Yes.
Oh no.
So in that house, well, so after that night, I was like, nah, fudge this. So I mean, I always slept with the light on. At that point, I slept with the whole room light on. It wasn't just a closet light, and I was just like, this is bullcrap. So then I go tell my parents and my sister, and then my mom was like, well, we weren't going to tell you this, Slystone. We weren't going to tell you this, but there's people that died in this house. And I'm like, okay, well, it's nice to know that now after I seen the ghosts.
Right.
And it's the same thing. Like, I wish my sister was here because she said that she at this house we had a pool in the backyard, and she had a door to the pool, and sometimes at the middle of the night that door would just be open, or she like in there would be her door, her bedroom door, actual bedroom door would open up, and she could see somebody looking at her. Hey, tell your story, Tiana. Tell your story.
I'm here.
Because I'm like, see, it wasn't that bad for me at that house as it was for Tiana or Epic Hills, because she experienced it a lot worse there than I did. Um, I mean, but they said our friend that tells me about all this ghost stuff, what to do to take care of it, things like that. She said that there was a portal in our basement, so like people would come, the ghosts would come in and out, negative spirits, bad energy, anything like that. Yes, yes.
What?
I mean,
realize this is all in real life. Huh?
talking about my people.
Oh, yeah.
Like Epic Hill, Slice Stone, Blaze. I mean, yes. I mean, everybody's welcome to join. But Epic Hill says, I was lying in bed and one morning and my door was cracked and there was a tiny black figure watching me sleep. But this is also the same house that she would have very bad uh, sleep paralysis, right, Tiana? Or right, Epic? So like you would she wouldn't be able to wake up out of her sleep. Like she could feel somebody like she can't move, she was paralyzed. So like
Her arm got trapped
got
in the
her arm
door.
got trapped in the door in the basement and it was pitch black and no one could hear her yelling. Yes. See, that bad house was just bad juju. Was it perfect placing? Like everything was the highway was near. We were sitting up on the hill, so if something like happened, we would be able to get out easily. Things like that. But that house was like my mom said a mob boss used to own it, like back in the day. Um, but it was just like really, really creepy. Like we had a lot of stuff go on there, more so for my sister than I did. But it was always me that usually had ghost problems. Yeah, Blaze, it is a bunch of no thank yous.
Right. Mm-mm. No, thank you. Not me. Yeah, that's.
But I mean, I've experienced a lot, and I mean it used to be when they just said that ghosts would follow me around because I just carried a lot of negative energy because I was hateful. And then Epic Hill said, and one more, when the cat was scratching and meowing at my door, and my cat in the room kept staring at the floor, pointed out in the yard and said, "Paw Paw." He was making me laugh. True story. What? I asked her what she was laughing at,
Oh
and
no,
she
you're reading
pointed.
two different stories.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I was like, what the heck? So yeah, I was like, your cat was talking? Oh, stepped staring at the floor. When I went to check, there was nothing there, and the hallway was empty. Happened for hours until the sun came up. And then, did you want to read?
Oh, okay. So my mom said when I was 2 that my grandpa, who had passed away 2 weeks before, so my grandpa had passed away 2 weeks later. We had a swing set in the backyard, and I was out on the swing set swinging back and forth and laughing out of the blue. My mom came outside, asked what I was laughing at, and I pointed out in the yard and pointed out and said, "Papa, he's making me laugh." Hashtag true story. But one thing that I do remember, which like I think that I told my parents about this, but I was like, I remember moving and I remember like sitting in my room with my grandpa picking out which stuffed animals I should pack. Like, okay, should I put this stuffed animal with this stuffed animal? Should this one go with this one? Like, I don't know, when you're a kid and like all your stuffed animals are friends and like, oh, this rabbit should
thing.
yeah, this one should sit with this one because this one gets along better. Oh, these two don't really get along, like whatever. And I remember telling them about it, and then my mom was like, yeah, no, that didn't happen. And I was like, but I remember it so vividly. But I don't remember that situation. I remember
So your grandpa? You remember being with your grandpa?
in my room packing. Like I remember, like that's like one of the only memories that I have of
But
him.
was he dead at the time? Was he?
I don't know if he was dead, but my mom definitely said like he was not there for that. So I don't know the timeline of like if he was actually passed or like I don't know.
Hey, I never did anything. My mom did stuff like that when she was little, and I mean, I'm waiting for. She's probably typing up the story right now, but I mean, I just don't get like how do you explain that? I mean, I want somebody to tell me how that works and how you would explain stuff like that happening because it like what.
I think my personal belief is, granted, this might not be accurate, or I mean, no one really knows truly unless you're dead. But I remember, I remember, I just got distracted.
Continue, baby.
I remember that I believe that when someone passes and whether they have like unfinished business or if they die in a tragic death or things like that, that they come back to visit or that they are not fully ready to move on. So, I don't know, like people who were in car accidents or murdered or, just a brief sudden death and they have something that they need to finish before they pass over, that their spirit is still on earth or that they come back to visit, family members or whatever.
I
Because
mean,
I was talking to my cousin about this and there's this guy who I follow and his mom passed away and like his mom told him before she passed that like I'll be with you always and you'll know I'm here. And he said like when he came back from her funeral, he came home and all of the windows in his house were open, like every single window. And he was like, I didn't feel scared, I didn't feel upset, like I just felt at ease because I was like, my mom's here. And then he said anytime that he was in a situation where he was upset or didn't know what to do, he said a light would start flickering. And then he started recording it because people were like, oh, you're lying, whatever. And he would walk into a gas station and start talking about his mom, and like the gas station light would start flickering. Or he would be at the grocery store, start talking about his mom, and the light would start flickering. Like places where he would have no control over.
what worries me about that is like he could say that his mom, but who knows if it really is his mom without seeing him?
I mean, that's very true.
Because ghosts it could be anybody attaching to you. If you're letting them in, then
Sly Stone is so Oh my god. Should we have a live? We have a live guest, everyone.
Yes. We have Sly Stone in the building. Woo!
To tell a live story. Okay. Come on in.
Hello, everyone. I have way too many stories and a whole lot to type up, so I will choose one of which, I guess, I've told my kids many a times. After I had gotten baptized, I was about 7, and unless Nadia wants me to tell more than one, I got a couple. I was sitting in the room playing with my doll, my Barbie doll, and I heard a voice call to me, and I turned around, and I didn't see anything. And the voice was a combination of 3 voices. So one kind of sounded like my mother's boyfriend, one sounded like my uncle, and then the other was a voice that I could tell you now was not from this dimension, not from this plane of existence. I cannot really explain what it sounded like. I just know that it called my name. I turned around. There was nothing there. I was scared to death because I didn't know what it was. And before this, I had always seen little weird things, ghosts. I've seen all kinds of stuff before this even happened. So I told my mother that I heard this weird voice, and she told me it was probably a demon calling for me, so just go in the basement and get her clothes. I was very angry. I was scared, but I was like, that's not a way to tell your kid that something's talking to them. But after that, after I ignored the voice the first time, it started coming back really, really nice. Like it sounded like little kids calling for me. So you would hear like little kids saying, calling my name, and I would turn around, there's nothing there. Talked to my grandmother about it, and she said, hey, whatever you don't answer the voices. It's something that's trying to get your attention and to just ignore it. Well, I attempted to do that. And when I was 10, we moved into a house, and I back in the late 70s, early 80s, they used to give us Bibles in school. So we got these little tiny Bibles, these little small Bibles. We'd have red ones or white ones. And we lived in a house that had an attic. And that attic room, it was 2 rooms, one that we never stayed in because it was full of stuff that people that lived before us had left, and then the side that me and my brother and sister shared. It would get really hot up there, so a lot of times we would have to sleep downstairs. But one time we were up there, and I had my Barbie, and I was, like I said, I heard these voices. I've seen all these weird things, supernatural things I couldn't explain. So I was scared, so I would have my Barbie lay with me. So I was I woke up one night and I was sleeping in the fetal position. So I had my arms up and my legs back. And I looked over and my Barbie doll was turned facing toward me in a fetal position. Now Barbie dolls can't bend that way. Okay, Barbie legs don't bend like this was. The Barbie was faced toward me, laying in the same exact way that I was sleeping, and it looked like the Barbie appeared to have closed eyes. Barbies don't have closed eyes, so I knocked it off the bed. I woke up. I tried to go to sleep. I woke up and looked. I couldn't find the Barbie. The Barbie was standing on top of my dresser, staring at me. I knocked it off again.
That no, Barbie, you get out.
So I was sleeping with my Bible under my pillow. Well, my red Bibles kept coming up missing. I would go back to school, get another Bible, put it back underneath there, come up missing. So I'll get another Bible. So I end up getting a little white and gold Bible. Well, whatever it was taking my stuff, didn't take that one, didn't care about that one. So that one stayed. so we were eventually told by my parents that there was a poltergeist in the house. So they said, so not to be afraid because it can only hurt you if you allowed it to hurt you. But other than that,
I mean,
not be scared.
I'm just saying that I don't care what they say.
So
Oh.
that was my stories. Listen,
Yeah.
I know we
It's
have
not
more,
funny,
but
but that was funny. I would be so scared.
No,
Yeah, that's
no.
well,
See, she brings the bad ghost in here.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Mama girl, guess what? Over here. Thank you, Slicedown. We
Yes,
appreciate
thank you. First live contestant. I'm just kidding.
We're on a game show now. I mean, we're talking about ghost stories, okay? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if they think we're insane, they think we're insane because until they experience what I experienced, what Bailey experienced, I mean, my uncle. Yeah, no. I'm just saying that I don't know. I think most people have had ghostly story experience, except for JJ. Blaze over here. Blaze has never had a ghost experience.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, Blaze, I don't think has ever had a ghost experience. But I mean, I just think that. Yeah, I mean, but do we really think that can ghosts hurt you? Because I mean, I haven't been hurt by a ghost. Have I been scared out the crap out of? Yeah, but I've never been hurt by one.
Well, I've seen. I mean, of course, I don't know what's true, what's not true, whatever's on the internet, whether it's true or not, who knows? But
That is a flame, Bailey.
I know. I've been propping my phone. Oh, I know.
We're gonna have a live fire right here.
But when people see that they get possessed and they have like all the scratches on their back and all this stuff, I'm like,
I mean,
but I'm not taking any home. Oh my gosh.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that there's so much to what we don't know. I mean, thinking witches or like I think that I mean not just supernatural doesn't just involve ghosts.
Right.
I mean, you see these ghost hunting things and where these haunted places are, and I'm not willing to go to one, so I won't verify. Maybe one day, when we have a lot more, when I can figure out how to edit better, we can go to a haunted place and see how things go. But I personally don't want to do that. But if we vote on it and they'll all say yes, and Bailey wants to go, I know Blaze will go. But I just want to make sure that we don't take nothing back. So we got to prepare ourselves for that.
Facts. Blaze said,
I mean, Ohio, it has a lot of haunted places, so we're probably known for one of the most haunted states besides like the upper north, east coast states.
Oh, I forgot about a ghost story. Actually, maybe I have more than I think because I just forget. But okay, this is actually like freaky to me. So I used to work at this little it was like an ice cream place, but they also serve food, like a drive-in, dine-in type deal. Um, and I worked there for a long time, like a long time, like 7 years, I think, in total, 7 years. I don't know, but it was my first job. And anyways, the building had been there for a long time. Like it was actually like a historical building for the town that I lived in because the building was like a big part of the Underground Railroad because it used to be like I think originally it was a butcher shop and they would hide the slaves or like the slaves trying to be free. Obviously, they weren't slaves in that moment. But
Free slaves.
yes. Um back in there and then it became a gas station and then I think it went from a gas station to the drive-in place. So anyways, there was rumors of the ghost. Her name was Heidi and they would say that she was one of the people that came through the Underground Railroad that did not make it and that she had passed away in the place trying to hide. And it was all hee hee hoo hoo ha ha until we would see and hear Heidi a lot.
Yeah.
There was an attic, and you would hear footsteps up in the attic, and nobody was up there. The trash can would move across the floor. Like,
Hey, Jay, tears. Nobody wants to experience that. I mean, I guess
What?
if you're seeing it from an outside point of view, and like you don't actually have to experience it yourself
What?
and see.
Stuff like what?
He said the Ben's back in the day.
Like the
I mean,
Underground Railroad? Is that what
I
you
guess. I mean, if you want to go back in time and witness the Underground Railroad,
I
go
do
right
not.
ahead.
No.
I don't.
No. Anyways, moving on. But
I mean, I guess it would be cool to see things back, like the Renaissance era.
right, I would
and,
like to be a fly on the wall and just witness it and see it in real life, but I don't think I will want to partake.
No, not when they don't have refrigerators. They don't have all the
Running
convenient
water?
Yeah, running water.
Right.
You can't. You have to season your meat and bury it to be able to. No, I think I'm okay. I mean, how dirty they were back in the day. I mean, back then it was normal for them. So, but just imagine the stitch people smelled like.
Right.
I mean, just
No, thank you.
doctors.
No feminine
No.
hygiene products?
Yeah, no.
I don't. Well, you're a boy, so. But I'm like.
But no, the thing is, first of all, they didn't have anesthesia.
Just a little
little drive by. I mean, as long as you don't get hurt, so you don't have to have surgery because they just made you bite a towel and then suck it up, cut you right open, and then you die because you got septic because you got an
No
infection inside your
Taco
body.
Bell.
I mean, I'm okay with Taco Bell. I
I'm
can live
not.
without that in my life.
Anyways, but yeah, no, not a fan. But as we were original topic, that supernatural is not only ghosts. So, like, do you believe in aliens?
Well, that's the unknown girl.
Unknown.
But yes, I mean,
whatever.
I
You know
believe
what
in
I mean.
aliens because there's no way we're the only thing in this plane or life. I mean, it's impossible, like scientifically impossible for us to be the only things that exist.
Get you really drunk and do surgery. That is not enough for me.
I mean, and then nope, I'm not okay with it. Nope. I mean, spirits are. I would believe spirits are the non-evil version of ghosts. So I mean, Wendigos. Wendigos are supposedly real. Like I mean, they're more of a Native American thing. So something that you Native American thing. So I mean, there's something that they believe in. It's like I don't remember what a Wendigo is. I believe Wendigos are people that
Shapeshifters. Native
yes.
American shapeshifters.
It says evil spirits or mythological creatures from the folklore. Let me see. Is that what you found? The shapeshifters?
That's just what Blaze said.
The malefic bad spirits with some characteristics of humans, or as spirits who has possessed a human being. Its influence is said to invoke acts of murder, greed, cannibalism, and cultural taboos against such behaviors. It says you can find them in Minnesota, Canada, Ontario, Kenora, or however you say that. Sightings of the creature in this area have continued well into the new millennium. So, if you want to go see some Wendigos, travel to Canada or northern. Like if you ever played Until Dawn, they have Wendigos inside that.
So what? They merge from spirits to animals?
Yes, they act like they're animal, but they're not really an animal. They try to get your attention. So that's what they do. So like
Oh.
they will play like they'll play like they are um they'll play like they are like a something that will attract you so that you will come towards them. And then they murder you.
Oh no. Yeah, I was unaware
Or
of the
like
murder
they
part.
possess your body, like they take, yeah, they eat you. That's what they're like, from multiple different things. So like when I've watched Supernatural or Until Dawn, they eat you, and so in Supernatural they do too.
I feel like that was in Harry Potter or something. Is there something similar in Harry Potter?
Yes, like Pennywise, and they impersonate familiar sounds that bring you alone, and then they pounce on you. Yes, and then they eat you.
Wow. Okay.
But I'm not trying to experience a Wendigo. But I mean, there's a lot of things saying that they are real. I mean, they may not even be actual, like spiritual things. They just might be a wild being,
Right.
like
Sounds like a kidnapper.
chupacabra and what is the other one that's popular here? Chupacabra is like southern Mexico and stuff.
What, like Bigfoot?
Bigfoot, yes, Bigfoot.
Sasquatch?
Sasquatch,
Whatever.
yes. Sasquatch and Bigfoot are two different things, so don't offend some people, baby.
Sorry. Sorry.
But like, I mean, you got Wendigos. You have, I mean, they say that vampires are real, which I mean, it's not hard for vampires to be real because if somebody drinks blood, I mean, there was a one queen that I remember watching a like history thing on, and she used to bathe in blood of people and used to drink it because it made it feel like she was more youthful. But it worked in some aspect because women they have less blood, so they're typically a little bit less, they're a little bit more anemic than men are. So them taking in extra blood kind of, I guess, made her help. But I mean, then you got all these other diseases that happen from that as well.
I mean, I love Twilight, but I'm not trying to have that in real life. I think I would be okay with Jacob.
You would be okay with a werewolf.
Yeah.
You tell me you'd be okay with a werewolf,
Only because he was hot.
and then he would eat you.
What she said? Hola. Hola.
Hola.
Who's this?
Welcome to the stream. Lottie Smart. Lottie
Alright,
Mart.
got any ghost stories, supernatural stories?
Yeah, we were just talking about the unknown, the supernatural. I mean, like, do you believe that there were witches because they had the Salem witch trial and all these other things?
You know what?
So I mean, they say that because you got voodoo, you got all these
I
other
think
things.
people believe in what they want to believe, and I think that there are a lot of what are they called? I think the placebo effect is very, very real.
So you don't think magic is real?
No, and I don't think a lot of modern medicine is real either. So, but that's a personal belief that, like, I mean, if you eat a vitamin, okay, let me tell you this much: if you like go to a sewage facility and they take all of the feces and they have to take everything out of them, do you know how many pills come out that they don't actually, your body doesn't digest them, so then you just poop them out. So a lot of like over the counter medicine is just kind of for the consumer fact.
Blake said no magic, so no curses.
Nah, I don't think it's real.
See, I mean, I think
But
that magic can be real in an aspect.
But I see it all like witch TikTok, and they'll be like, use Florida water and spray it on your neck, and it'll attract
essential oils,
right?
Herbal things.
But that's what, I don't feel like that's a witch. I think it makes you feel good, and you feel like, oh, that boy looked at me today.
What do you think a witch does? Right. Uses herbs and stuff to make things.
But
so I'm just saying.
I just don't think where they're like, oh, if you do this and write your ex's name in a piece of paper and put it in a flame and put a rose over it, he'll die forever alone. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Blaze said, meds are different. Pills need time to digest, I think. And then he said, no magic, so no psychics.
I think a psychic is different from magic. Because I don't think a psychic is someone who can... No, yes, they are different. They're not magic. Magic is like hocus pocus.
See, but
I can make you levitate.
Hey, but certain magic can be, you know how like you have priests and stuff that do things like that. In a way, that is magic.
I think it's fake too. Like, no, I was talking about this the other day. So this is also, I know this person. And, okay, do you know what tongues is? Like, to speak in tongues?
Yes.
They would swear that they would speak in tongues, and they went to church, and they had this, and then they spoke. How can you speak something you don't know? No, I don't think that's real. I think it makes you feel good, and if it makes you feel good to think that you did that, great. If it makes you feel good to think you cast a spell, great.
Next episode, we're going to research magic. Right. We're going to go into magic in depth.
You like it, I love it. I'm here to support you. And, like, you want to feel like you put your little essential oil on and now every boy thinks you are the finest thing in the room? Great. But do I personally? When's the magic show? Oh, wow.
Hey.
But see, that's fake.
I'm going to venture out and I'm going to find magic. Now, whether or not it brings evil spirits in here or, you know, makes me... The devil now has my soul. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm going to look up magic and I'm going to figure it out. And then we're going to see if Bailey is right or wrong.
Worth the risk. But how will we know? Because if it's magic, we would never know.
You would know.
How will we know? How will we know?
I'm just saying. Like, I would like to see. Like, I mean... So I mean, I would like to venture out. I like to see. I mean, I'm not willing to go venture out and see ghosts because I already know they're real. But I'm not willing to venture out and see if magic is real. Now, I'm not willing to see if any other mythical creature is real. So if I become a witch after this, you guys may or may not know. I may act like it never happened because I am now a witch. Because I can't tell my secrets. But I mean, I'm not going to go look for a Wendigo. I'm not going to go look for a vampire. I'm not going to go look for a shapeshifter. If they wanted to find out where we are, I'm sure there are shapeshifters. Because, I mean...
You like going to abandoned places?
See... But hey, if you ever go to an abandoned place, send us a clip. Right. Record it, send us a clip so we can see.
And also be careful because...
Or tag us in it.
You don't want to get a trespassing charge.
Hey, Hills, you're going to have to hook me up with these self-proclaimed witches. And then...
Again, self-proclaimed. Where do you get your crown? Where do you get your title? Where do you get your... Like...
Self-proclaimed, girl!
Right. The one that's like, if it makes you feel good to say you're a witch, great. I'll support it. I'll call you a witch. I have no problem. But do I think
go right ahead, J Tears. James, go ahead. Visit some abandoned places and let us know how it goes.
What was that? Okay, do you guys remember, or was it ever popular? What was it called? There was Crybaby Bridge, and then there was another place.
Are you telling them where we live at now?
Oh.
Hey, there's multiple places in the area that we live that are supposed to be haunted.
That are like very popular.
There's a fairground that is near us that we did a ghost hunting thing at, and I don't know if it was real or not, but they said it was ghost there. They said one said it's more of a self-fulfilling prophecy or precious type of effect for their magic. Yes, that's.
I mean, sure, a self-fulfilling prophecy. I agree with that, but I also feel like someone can claim that religion is the same thing, which I would agree
but
with.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a blurred line. I
Right.
mean, it's a gray area there. So I mean, like if you're talking about a psycho, placebo, not precious. Oh, placebo type of effect for their magic. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, I don't let her thumbs up you.
I agree.
I like to think that there are some people that have more abilities than we know because I mean, there's psychic abilities. Are you telling me you don't believe in psychic?
No, I believe in psychics, but I believe a psychic is separate from a witch. But I believe, okay, so I've definitely noticed within the trend of that when people see spirits, hear spirits, feel spirits, it normally happens, normally, not always, when to younger people and then to older people because they say that they're easier to communicate with, they're easier to.
Well, older people are closer to death. That's why.
And then
for that
younger
one.
people are newer to life, I guess.
Yes,
but it's like
they don't haven't closed off that mindset in there that it's not possible.
right. So I think that there's some people who just have the ability throughout their entire life and they can come in tune and they can maybe see spirits or hear spirits more frequently than
But
we
do you
can.
think psychic ability is just seeing spirits? Or do you think
I think it's
psychic
be able
future to communicate with spirits to be able to see the like
I think-
unforeseen
I
future,
think-
past, anything like that?
Yeah, I believe that they can, but I think it's to a degree. Also, like I think it's kind of overplayed. Like we'll just throw like Teresa Caputo out there because she's one of like the bigger, well-known ones.
I don't know who that is, guys.
She's the Long Island medium on TLC.
Camera saying it's dying.
Uh-oh. Stay tuned.
Nah, guys, you can still hear us. You may not be able to see our faces, but you can hear.
Right. But Teresa Caputo, she's one of the more well-known. She's on TLC, Long Island medium. I went and saw her actually with my mom and my grandmother one time. But I definitely think it's overplayed and they play on it but I think some of them do genuinely know things where they'll talk about things that no one else would have been able to know or pinpoint.
I mean,
but I went and saw a psychic one time. Like I just walked into this random place and she said I was a psychic that like said she was a psychic, self-proclaimed psychic, I guess. And she told me I was
supposed to do it?
promiscuous. That's what she told me. First off, I was in like the 6th or 7th grade. I did not even know what that word meant. I was like, "What's promiscuous mean?"
Doesn't mean that you were, baby.
I know, but I was like, "Wow, she was seeing me as something else in the future."
Mhm. I mean, from what I know, I went
There
and
we
saw
go,
a psychic.
and we're back.
From what I know, a psychic has said that the one that I went and saw, which she was pretty accurate, guys. So I recommend her. She's in Columbus, Ohio. But she said that when she can tell you all these things, your spirit guide can tell you these things that may happen, but you still have your free will. So you still can make decisions, and that goes in the realm of, there's different. So each decision you do makes a different timeline, or a new world, or new. So like, I mean, there's so many possibilities that can happen. So, but like, she told me everything that was going to happen and what was going to happen. Like, she told me about my soulmate, my husband, and my mom. And my husband are always been in each other's lives. Every lifetime that we've lived, which goes into reincarnation then. Like I was saying, I mean, it would make sense. If you experience spirits and ghosts, why wouldn't reincarnation be real? Because if energy can never be created nor destroyed, it has to go somewhere. So if we're going on a scientific basis, then why wouldn't it be real? So I mean, and that they have already proven that like memories from past lives can be brought, like they have seen that, or like from memories from your family, I guess, can be brought up. So I mean, it's just more of a like
Let me tell you.
I mean, she told me what was
Yeah.
going to happen, and it happened, guys. Like I'm in the same boat that she said. I mean, there's some extra things that went along, but no matter, I mean, some things you can't avoid. Like you can't avoid. They're going to happen no matter what. It's either whether you postpone it or you go ahead and just deal with it.
Right. I saw this video and it was this mom talking about how her kid was like a psychic but also a psychopath. And it was actually really weird. And she said that her son, I think he was like 3 or 4 at the time, she was pregnant and she didn't know she was pregnant, but her son knew. And she was like, but we hadn't been talking about like having another child. We hadn't talked about brother or sister, like nothing. And she said her son walked up to her and like put his hand on her stomach and was like, I'm so excited for my little brother. And then she just was like, I mean, I just thought he was kidding or something, like, ha ha ha, whatever. She's like, within that week, I found out I was pregnant and then found out that it was a boy. And he knew the entire time, like, was just like, yeah, my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother, like, knew it was a boy. So she was like, kind of weird, but again, it's a kid, like, they just make things up, whatever.
I mean, that's too accurate for
I
me
know.
to say,
So
hey,
then
that's made
she
up.
said, the baby was born and the older son looked at his mom when he was holding it and said, I don't like my brother anymore. He's not gonna live long. And then she was like, what? And he said, I don't like my baby brother and he's not gonna be here much longer. And then she was just like, okay, whatever. And she was like, within that year the baby ended up dying.
That's sad.
Which is very, very sad, but at the same time I was like,
What did the baby die from?
I don't remember, because I just remember like I didn't even believe the story at first. I had to like fact check it. I'm like, show me the proof that this is even real. But she's like, I think my son is a psychopath, and she like believes that her son did something to the brother. But
I mean, he could have.
I just think that like stuff like that where it's like how would a kid? I don't know. Kids just sometimes
Kids
predict
know
stuff
everything.
And, yeah,
they do. People think they're crazy. I mean, they are a little crazy. But I mean, I've had where my son was sitting in his room in the dark just talking to somebody. I didn't know who it was. I also said I wasn't going to find out because it's already too late at that point, guys.
They're already talking. So.
Have you? If you've not seen plenty of Exorcist movies, it's already too late. It's already too late. I already seen a movie like that where you thought they got away. Those are the movies that bothered me the most. Is that things are not what you think they are. So like you think that, hey, I got away, we're cool. The Silent Hill did that. There's a movie where the family moved to a whole nother country, somewhere in Europe. I don't remember where. And they went to school. The dad used to live there, and he didn't remember, but he moved back into his whole childhood house, and they let in the darkness, and then they thought they beat it. The daughter and the son thought they beat it, and then they're driving through a tunnel, and then the darkness took them. I'm just saying, things are not always the way that you think that they are, or what they seem. And see, I can't do it. I can't do it because I always feel like
Hereditary was a scary movie. Yeah.
Hereditary was not scary, guys.
Listen.
See, I didn't think it was scary. I just thought it was weird, guys. I thought it was really weird. Like it was strange.
Hereditary was trash.
I mean, see, it was so like it was unpredictable, but Blaze predicted every single thing that was going to happen, including her head being knocked off by a freaking light pole. Like, see, I can't do it. I mean, like, I feel like, Oculus was a really good movie. That was everything doesn't seem like what it was. So, like, if you guys haven't seen Oculus, you should go watch it because it's a really good scary movie that I didn't think was going to be a good scary movie. It's one of those things like, what if we're not in what we've seen? Like, what if we're dreaming right now? Like, what if what if we were actually in a dream and somebody was keeping us in a medicated coma, and then everything is not real? What if we were being kept under by aliens? Which, I mean, aliens.
I mean,
They
it's
could be
possible.
walking among us. What's right now?
My brain hurts. Mine too. It's all just a simulation. Yep. There we go. Simulation theory. Oof. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I mean it. I don't think that. I mean, we could be in. I don't believe in the simulation theory. What Blaze says, because
Interstellar. That is a good movie.
Interstellar was a wonderful movie. That is like a which we do experience stuff like that. So, but do we think that the other dimension is what we can survive in? What if something like our planet is going the way that in Interstellar it went? What is that? What we're going to be going to? I mean, are we actually there and they just have us all asleep because our already planet is already messed up, so they have to keep us asleep until they can get our planet together? Who knows? Who knows? And now, if the government is watching us right now, you might not see me anymore.
Right. They are coming for us. Yeah. That.
I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, what if we could go into the fourth dimension? Like, what if there's a lot of what ifs? Like,
Yeah. And guess what I found out?
what?
Basically everything we know
Girl,
about.
what?
Well, guess what? Basically everything we know about astronomy. It's all just a prediction.
It always has been.
But I thought it was real. I'm like in third grade, like, yes, this is facts. Not facts. A prediction.
There, the only facts that there are things that, and even at that, it's based on perception, kind of thing.
Asking all them questions. Yeah.
Asking all them questions.
Assuming. But
No, the one mean, girl, why you asking all them questions?
no. But so yeah, I definitely think we could sustain life on another planet.
But
I don't
said,
know.
what do you speak of? Not real.
What do you mean it's not real? Like
You
it's
said,
not,
what are you talking about? It's not real.
like everything that like textbook wise, besides what we can obviously see and prove, which like did we even actually go to moon? Did we even make it to the moon? Did we make it to Mars?
Hey, I think we have enough technology to make it to outer space. But
No.
the thing is there really outer space?
Right, it all could be.
Is it?
We
Are
have-
we living the sim life? That's
Tell
what
me.
it
He
is.
said, "Tell me what's not real." I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's real and not real. All I know is that
Don't tell me you're a flat earther, girl.
absolutely not. Christopher Columbus, he would have, which he belonged to fall off the side of the earth, but he would have fallen off.
No, he wouldn't have. He went from Spain to.
I know, but if the earth is flat, where does it begin and end? There would be a falling point.
Yeah, but he went from Spain to the United States, girl.
But he could have fallen off the edge. Instead of if you traveled around, it would have been.
That's you're saying like, but if it was between California and Japan or the Philippines, then we talk about the end of the planet. But
Whatever.
continue.
Christopher Columbus should have fallen off the edge of the earth, and if you disagree,
But Blaze said,
can
I
fight
mean,
about it.
everything is a prediction, and guess until technology catches up to confirm or not.
yeah, no, but
South
that's
Pole is the edge. But the flat Earth theory is what you're saying, JJ, or Blaze. See, but have they actually proven that people went to South Pole? That's the thing. I've heard that it's supposed to be a whole thing that they
implied.
could.
Yeah.
It's
you
a
know
whole
what?
conspiracy.
I don't know. I don't even really care. I mean, the whole flat, it just sounds retarded. Stupid. Excuse me. I didn't mean to say that word. It all sounds.
It's just all these
Ignorant.
theories.
Yeah,
all these theories.
But it could be.
And the only way you ever know if you have plenty of money.
Right.
So one day when we're billionaires,
We'll take the time to figure it out and prove it.
maybe not.
Yeah, North Pole is the center.
Once we
But
join
yeah.
the Illuminati.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm
One
not
of my
joining
friends,
Illuminati.
she's in an astronomy class right now in college, and she, that's what she was like. Yeah, I learned that everything's fake, and I was like, yeah, everything is fake.
It changes.
Yeah, I mean,
the thing
it
that
changes,
changes based on what you've discovered.
like
I
how
mean,
far away the sun is. There's no true prediction. Like we don't know how exactly far away the sun is. Like that whole because no one could
It's
travel.
made.
No
it's-
one could go close enough to the sun to actual measure the actual distance. Everything would just burn.
Yeah, but everything is like the same as the ocean.
That's
The
what I'm
ocean.
saying. It's all just a prediction. It's all fake.
Because they have not discovered the ocean. What if, have anybody seen Pacific Rim?
Mm-mm.
What if there were aliens in the ocean? We don't know.
Illuminati, definitely real. Sorry, sidetracked.
Hey,
It's an
Hey.
average.
you're talking to a person that loves space, by the way. Blaze loves space. It's a daily thing that he looks up. I'm just saying that there's a lot more to life that we don't know. So when people feel that it hurts their brain, like Jay Tier said, or James, it does. When you sit and think about how much we don't know and how much they hide from us and things like that, it does. It kind of makes you feel a little insane because there's so much. And it is hard. And that's why people that are super, super intelligent are insane. Because there is so much that they know. Their mind thinks so quickly and that it's just so much to it that they can't they're they're just people that are crazy. I mean, it is like our schizophrenic people.
What about Helen Keller? Do
Yeah.
you think she's real?
Why would Helen Keller not be real? You heard a theory about that she's not real?
I mean,
There are blind and deaf people.
I know, but if she was blind, deaf, and mute.
She wasn't mute though.
Okay, blind and deaf.
She was blind and deaf.
How-
But
but how could
she had
she
a hard
speak?
time speaking because
That's what
She
I'm saying. How
was-
could
she was
she
blind and
speak,
deaf.
read, write, anything? How could you learn if you can't hear or see? That just.
yeah. I mean, I
Hmm?
she spoke, but
But
it just
doesn't
did sound.
sound. I know.
It was just like she thought she was speaking, but it was just like, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
But
she just.
But guess what? Okay, and I'm not saying that Helen Keller's autistic. This is nothing against autistic people. But if someone cannot speak a proper language, they would consider that person nonverbal.
Yeah, but she was blind and deaf, so of
So,
course she was
but
nonverbal.
we would consider her nonverbal, which is
What?
she can't really talk.
Blaze said that people make music. How do they know it's good? Because they hear it's the beat. They can feel the beat. They can
I
feel the vibration from the music.
I just feel like she would have been like a potato.
I don't think she was a potato.
But I'm
Bailey here being harsh about
okay.
Helen.
Anyways, change.
And
I'm gonna get canceled for this. Let me just stop talking. They're gonna come for me. This bitch said Helen Keller wasn't real. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that.
There's a dead DJ that uses bass vibrations.
Deaf girl.
Clip it and snip it. Exactly. Edit it out.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, a dead DJ. A deaf DJ. I was like, how's it dead
That's
DJ?
because they can feel the
music.
music. We have a.
Hold on. Oh,
Can
yes.
you move on to Emmaus, please? So I mean, sorry, pause moment. Now you just right there. Back at it again, back to back. So I mean, thanks, J Tears. I'm putting that purple, the purple. It's my favorite. So I mean, I just feel like there's a lot more to everything that we don't know. So like when you say that they say that
She thinks I'm skinny.
she's a skinny legend. So I mean, it's just they say that everything that is created is something that has to be experienced. Things are not just made up. But that's just a theory of things like that. Like our Do you believe at some point in time, like unicorns? I believe that there had to be unicorns.
Oh yeah, if dinosaurs are real, unicorns are real.
Who knows if but one thing I saw was the people just make up dinosaur noises. Like they don't know what dinosaurs actually sound like.
They make up half of the
What their texture of their skin looks like.
and their bones. You know, there has been like one dinosaur that has every single bone has been found to be put together. The rest are just like made up. When you go to the museum and it's like, oh, this is a T-Rex forearm. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's fake. And I found this out. I'm gonna blow y'all's minds. You know when you watch Animal Planet or Discovery Channel or National Geographic and they have the animal scenes and this and this, they're fake. They're staged.
Jay Tier said those unicorns were probably vicious. Yeah, they probably were. Because who has a horn on their head and not kill somebody? And they're accurate.
I literally want to pull up this TikTok and show you guys.
Jay Tier said they're real. He was there.
What? Unicorns?
No, not unicorns. What you're talking about?
Oh, no, it's not. I'm literally about to pull it up here.
He said he went there.
Went to where?
Went to the whatever you just said.
I said when you watch TV. How could TV be real? No, when you watch like National Geographic or, you know.
The face that he just made.
Let me find the video. Hold on, sis. I'm gonna find it because
I'm just saying, there is more to life than what we know. And like Jay Tier said, the only way we know is if we go back in time, and there's no way we're doing that because they can't go. You can go forward in time, but you can't go back. Is what they're saying. It's impossible to go back, which I don't know. I'm not about to look up time travel. I don't care that much. I don't care to know what's the future. I could just ask a psychic, and I don't care about traveling in the past. Do you really want to be president for one day? Why don't you just be somebody? Jay Tier said he would love to be a president for one day, to know all the secrets in the government. First of all,
I don't want to know.
I mean, you might go crazy. Second of all, I mean, I'm not, if that's what you want to do, but there's other positions you could be in, like a high top security person who works in the FBI or CIA or for the military. Anybody, like in 8th grade, there used to be a scientist that came to our school, like area 51, 52. They do watch you for the rest of your life. Because there was a guy, scientist, that used to come to my class in 8th grade, and he used to teach us science and math. He was super, super intelligent. And he said that they watched him. They watched him forever. That they watched him while he was at school and made sure that they didn't tell us everything. Like, he didn't say aliens weren't real, but he also didn't say they were. So that was always the first question that we asked.
Listen, I also conspiracy theory / not true. I don't think the weather's real. I literally believe that there are weather machines. There are cloud machines. There's rain machines. Look it up.
I mean, Ohio. If you've ever been to Ohio, we have 80-degree days one day, and then it's snowing the next. Like, gotta be. Somebody's playing with us.
Right.
Or, I mean, there's somebody above us just making our life miserable or wanting to. They're trying to get us down.
No, it's confirmed that there's rain machines. Like,
they make weather machines. It's not impossible.
I know they say that they are supposed to be used for the event of like a fire that they had to put it out, and the helicopters and first responders couldn't do it. But my thing, what about the fires in California? Where was the rain machine? What about the drought?
Hey, they only do fix things that they want to fix.
Facts.
So if they're trying to create a distraction, that's what's going to happen.
If they wanted to.
So, but you know how many times they came out and said aliens were real? You know how many times they said aliens are real and people still don't believe it? People still don't believe that aliens are real. They came out on the news multiple times that we are not alone. And Blaze has said that every single human has a fear of the big head, gray body figures because something that is ingrained in us. Yes, it's way too big for us to only be the only life form. I mean, have you seen the things in the ocean? Let's just say that. What if we weren't actually from Earth? We're actually from another planet first. We came to Earth, started over, and that's why the dinosaurs died. But they said that there was actually humans at the time of dinosaurs. They said that that was real, and they also did you know that there was multiple different types of humans? So like we're Homo sapiens, but there was other humans, different types of humans. So we were just the strongest ones. We're the only ones that made it.
No, okay, that's another thing. Okay, I can't find the TikTok video, so I'm very upset. But if I find the clip, which I'm sure I will, just have to go through my likes for like a long time because I like too many damn TikToks.
I'm about to look up the other humans. Go.
I will edit it and crop it in for the video. But the whole theory of evolution makes no sense to me personally.
How?
Because, okay, so they're saying that we evolved from monkeys, right?
No, there's only a certain kind did. So we didn't.
But it shows like in Darwin's theory or whatever, it shows like
Yeah, but it's Darwin's theory, girl.
I know I don't believe this is why I don't believe in it because it shows them like okay they're ape or monkey or whatever. Fight. Should we fight? Fight Club? And they evolve and it shows like a monkey or ape or chimpanzee, whatever it is, I don't know. Some primate.
The thing is, if we evolved from them, they wouldn't still be around. That's the thing.
That's what. And wouldn't there be people stuck in between? Like, wouldn't someone would have evolved faster than another? Like when you think of tadpoles, right? Tadpoles go from egg to tadpole to frog. They don't all evolve at the same time. Generally, they do, but there's always some that straggle, some that are faster, some that are whatever.
But Bailey, you gotta think we're thousands of years in.
I know, but I would
still
be able to see people like, ooh, they.
But
they
there
were
are
slow.
some people that look like monkeys. I mean, that sounds bad. Not yes.
We'll edit it out.
Hey, but the different humans that they set. So you got the Homo habilis, the handyman, Homo erectus, upright man, Homo neanderthalensis, the Neanderthals, the Denisovans, Homo floresiensis, the Hobbit, Homo naledi, the Starman. I don't know what Starman is, and then Homo sapiens, which is us. Are so who knows? There might be still people from those different types of humans, but I didn't even know there was different type of humans. I thought like the Neanderthals were us, that we just evolved from them because that's how they make it seem like, but we're not. We're totally different. We're a different species of human, and we all used to exist at the same time. That's the thing, that most of us exist at the same time, and it's just the smartest ones made it, survived. We took out the rest of them. See, J Tears, I'm not the best at pronouncing things. You're just gonna have to Google it. Look up the human species. They said, we know we have changed as humans and evolved when considering the size of Mini Coopers from release to today. Sly Stones said there are people who actually still have the tailbone that appears to still be a full tail. Somehow we still have a tailbone but no tail. It's the same as people with 6 fingers and 6 toes. That used to be the dominant gene, and now it's a recessive.
So you're telling me that there's humans with tails?
Yes, there's humans with tails. There's also humans with 2 heads, 4 arms, and that's what they're talking about, like where in the Indian from India, deities have came from, like deformed people, and they believe that they're gods.
That's interesting.
I mean, it is. It is. If you really think about it, like they used to have, like if you look back at the circus, like the
freak shows or whatever.
Yes, freak shows. The amount of things that you see there are crazy, and that's why I think like they say that all these other human species are extinct, I don't think they are. I just think that they evolved. That's why some people have such different looks. But they say it's because of our blood types that they can tell. Like we're all related. So when they do a DNA test, which is impossible for them to do a DNA test on every single human being on the planet, but they do have our blood. They have everybody's blood. But and I guess they could do it, but it would take forever to see who was related to who. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's but like if it is reincarnation, like say hey reincarnation is real, our population keeps growing. So
Right.
now we're I don't know what's the over 8 billion people, 8 billion people, is it billion?
I think so.
Where are these other life forms coming from? Do you think they're people from other planets, or you think they're animals that are being reincarnated as humans, or like fish?
Oh, so sorry to offend you.
What?
7.8 billion to be exact. Don't round up.
Jake, thank Jake. J Tears.
I'm just kidding.
I guess I could verify.
I don't know. I mean, the population rate does grow,
Yeah, but
but
let's see. How many humans? James, you're pretty accurate. 7.8
bingo.
billion people. That's just a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
Right.
So I mean, J Tears is coming up with all the facts. Thanks.
Right.
What would we
Fact
do without
check
you?
us.
I mean, I just think that, do I want to know? One day we're gonna go on the dark web. Somebody can go on the dark web for us because I don't know how to do it. If I do learn how to do it, you guys won't know because the government. But I mean, it's just like, hey, what like if we were to see aliens, and there's two things that I fear the most, guys. It's aliens and ghosts.
Have I seen?
No, I haven't seen that dark web story. What's the dark web story, Jay? 600,000 people go missing every year from the dark web
Probably.
or from aliens.
Listen, if you ever want to watch a video on the dark web, it's just like a little like
Bailey knows how to do all of it. First of all, she always goes down deep dark holes and finds all this stuff.
No, Chance the Rapper, he has a video over the dark web. It's called Mr. Happy. But it just correlates with people missing. Who took a picture? What happened? Can y'all see us?
The government hacked in.
They heard me talking and they said cut her
Oh,
off.
human experiments. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not trying to go into the web.
Oh no, the video.
Oh gosh. Slyzone said human experiments. Blaze said people from the dark web will find you and wreck shop.
Probably.
And then J Tier said they heard dark web, so shutting it down.
No, that's what I
said. They got us. They got us. I'm not about to go on the dark web. I'm not trying to be hunt down and die. Okay. I'm not trying to have a Saw moment.
I love Saw though. Speaking of scary movies, that's like my favorite scary movie.
It literally took a picture and then shut off. Woo!
And we're back. And we're back. And we back. And we back.
My bad. Mr. Producer fixed our camera. Organs? Guy said organs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look it up.
You can, if anyone, never mind.
Baby, don't be telling all your secrets.
Right. Anyone want to buy an organ? Let me know. I'm willing to sell some.
No. No. Bailey, the only organ you can sell is your kidney, and make sure the other one's okay. You can sell pieces of your liver as well. But they've also they don't know how
10 fingers.
She only needs
Healthy.
one.
Healthy.
Hey,
Two.
but they haven't figured out how because you have to take lifelong drugs to be able to keep the organ.
He said, "I'm kidding." Unless you have a good offer. I mean, if they're the price, they aren't asking. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, part of a lung.
Yeah, you can live with one lung.
Bailey, first of all, you're not a lung donor.
I am an organ donor.
You. I guess they
on
still
my
need
license-
organs for all things. Oh, did you guys know you can't donate organs or donate blood if you've ever had mono? I mean, I've never had mono. I mean, I guess I wouldn't know until they did a blood check. But because mono is something that you have, it's an immune disorder. It becomes an immune disorder, something that just lives in your body, a virus that stays and inhabits. And then it like flares up like herpes. And then you
Oh.
can give it to other people.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Sorry, guys.
My
I just learned that
uterus
in
is
I learned that in
open.
class the other day.
my uterus is open if anyone would like me to carry your child. I'm also willing to be a
Hey.
surrogate.
Yeah, but you have to go through a lot of requirements. I already looked it up, guys, because they pay you a lot of money to be a surrogate.
Same thing with mono and AIDS. Yep, if you have AIDS as well.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, some viruses do go away. They just keep coming back. But they don't.
When you're going on the dark web to sell something and you find yourself.
Place, yeah. There was a show I just watched. Oh, Supernatural. Supernatural. I watched the whole series, and they had people on the dark web stealing people, and then they were auctioning off body parts and cutting them while they were alive.
Yeah, you can't donate blood if you're gay. That is facts.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Gay
Because
men.
everybody can get AIDS. It's
Yeah,
stupid.
but they're not gonna do HIV tests, and you can't prove that you're not HIV
They
positive.
do.
on the
They
second-
test your blood after they draw it. You don't have to tell them that. You don't have to tell them you're gay,
They ask.
but you can lie.
I mean, yeah, you can lie, but they.
The thing is, they have to test blood after you donate it. They still have to test it because that's how people find out that they have sexually transmitted diseases
I
or
said
had mono, things like that.
Watch The Strain on Hulu. The Strain.
I'll watch it later. Guy, huh?
But anyways, off topic. Yes, that is facts. They would prefer you to not donate blood if you are a gay male. That is true. They'll ask you. I mean, you can lie. Of course, anyone can lie.
I mean, there's certain things that guys can carry that they can't test for, like HPV.
Yes, and men, I learned this is kind of graphic and whatever, but men are typically hosts for STDs versus STDs will harbor in women per se. So like a man can carry STD, whether it be herpes, syphilis, gonorrhea.
You know,
chlamydia,
syphilis doesn't go away.
you know?
Syphilis always comes back. If they didn't catch it early enough, it always comes back because
Yeah.
it like your body craves it.
Yeah, so they will carry it but not show symptoms, and it might not even show up on a test, but they can still have it, and then when they give it to the female, they'll get an outbreak from the man because STDs like warm, damp areas is where they thrive, which would be the female. I tried to not.
Our vampire's real, the guy said.
We've already covered this, Mr. Guy.
I mean, guy, I would
You're
say that they
late.
are because anybody can go and suck some blood out of somebody.
A toaster oven? Basically a toaster oven?
I would say it's.
Coochie basically a toaster oven? Is that what you said?
I wouldn't say it's a toaster oven.
Mm,
More like a rice cooker.
an Instapot.
Yeah, it's a pot. Yes.
I'm screaming.
But I mean, I think what's the real definition of a vampire? I would say that is somebody that drinks blood.
Yeah, people who drink blood are real. So there are people, and again, self-proclaiming yourself. There are people who believe they are a vampire. Oh. Yep. Remember in school? Did anyone?
Well,
else do
I
this?
guess they say that vampires are corpse, so they're dead people, and they have to drink blood to be able to maintain their living form. So technically, vampires are not real
It would be
because I don't
dead.
believe zombies are real. So that's just me. That's my opinion. I think zombies are just impossible.
But if you ask your
Now,
child, zombies are very real.
yeah, my son is obsessed with zombies, but I believe zombies are not real. I think that they're not possible. Now, things like I Am Legend. Yes, a virus that goes wild and then creates.
Not on this. I'm sick of I Am Legend.
My bad.
I'm just kidding. Everyone's like, if you get the coronavirus vaccine, it's going to end up like I Am Legend. Don't get the vaccine. I'm like,
Who knows? It might be.
girl, I ain't no zombie.
Oh, Bailey got the coronavirus vaccine. If you couldn't tell.
If she's growing a
You-
third arm, that's why.
Guy, you could identify as a vampire if you wanted to. I'm
No,
not
that's what
judging
I
you,
was about to say.
but don't drink my blood.
Did you guys have those kids in middle school where they would like get a paper cut and they would be like, "Oh, don't worry, I don't need a band-aid."
Yeah. But that's how you get what is it?
I don't know, staph infection.
Yeah, that's a lot of ways.
Or they would take the kids in school. They would take the mechanical pencil, and they would pretend to like inject themselves with it. I'm like, what? Y'all smoking crack or something?
Right? There was a guy in JTR school that said he was a vampire. I mean, if he was dead, he had no heartbeat, and he drank blood, then okay. But I just think that they used to say that Dracula was real. So I mean, I don't know. But if you think vampires are real, do you think werewolves are real? Do you think there's people that actually turn into wolves or like some form of wolves? I mean, they have those people that have like where they have that wolf disease, that hair disease.
Yeah,
They call them werewolves.
Yeah. I mean,
All cool kids do real injections.
Oh,
Daycares, all
no!
cool kids did the fake injections. Put the hero in it.
That's messed up. Y'all messy.
The Slice Zone said this mutation took a while to develop.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's true.
Hey,
I know. I have nothing against the movie.
hey,
It's a
Resident
great-
Evil.
Yeah, I have nothing against the movie. The great movie.
Will Smith is amazing.
I know. Very sad. Love the dog, but
I just think
I'm
that
just tired of hearing about the movie.
I think that anything may be possible. Anything could be possible if you really believe. I'm sure at some point in time we're gonna be proven wrong. We might be dead at the time and be just watching from our grave. I don't know.
Right.
But who would want to be a zombie? Nobody. Why would you want to be dead and your body parts rotten? Which I mean, I've been watching American God, the zombie dead wife.
I've never seen it.
It's a very inappropriate show, but it's a good show.
Okay.
So I mean,
Over 18 plus, go ahead.
yeah, for real. I mean, who knows? I mean, like, has anybody ever seen The Fourth Kind? He was real, just not a vampire. Slice Zone said he was real, but not a vampire. But the woman, I forgot her name, did drain people's blood, and use it to try to become immortal. That's that. It was a
The queen. Or
the
whatever?
queen. It was a queen that she used to bathe in their blood. She would have people. But yeah, I figured you were talking about Dracula's High Stone. Guy, anything is possible. I can't grow tater tots out of my fingertips. Who knows? The technology might be there in a few years.
Right. You're not.
Who knows?
You're not watering them correctly.
You have to cut them.
Lighting.
We're not physicians. We're not licensed professionals. But I've heard if you cut your fingers off and then plant potato plants in your fingers and then fry them, you can have tater tot fingers.
Bingo. See?
Don't listen to me, please.
For legal reasons, that was all a joke.
You do it on your own accord, okay? But I mean, it's just like, hey, I mean, that's why I think there's always everything that's been told. There's something. So you're saying that there is people that turn into there's a virus that turns people into vampires. So are they dead? Guy said he's good at watering them. So are they dead and they drink blood? Or they're just saying that they're vampires because they have to drink blood to stay alive.
Hmm.
Either way, I'll watch Strain on there so we can talk about it, so I can know what's going on.
Right.
But I mean, I just like, hey,
Oh my god, what was that show? You guys know what I'm talking about. I hated it. It was on Netflix. And it had the blonde girl in it. Oh, the Santa Clear. No, not Twilight. Don't even.
I thought you were about
Look.
to talk about
The
the Vampire
Santa.
Diaries.
No, the Santa Clara diet. Santa Clara.
Oh, the one where the one of them was a zombie.
The mom, the wife was or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was weird. Anyways, I just thought about that. I didn't really like that show.
It's not Twilight.
Right.
I
Don't
mean-
ever disrespect Twilight. I would know it. I'm just kidding.
I don't know about Twilight.
I'm not reading. I'm not actively doing it. But my mom just gave me the new book, and I plan on reading it very soon. If you didn't know there is a new Twilight, people are still into it. The phase did not die.
I am not. I do love all supernatural stuff. As I say that I'm scared of ghosts, but I do love, like, that's my kind of shows. Like, I like watching, like, stuff about like, American Gods is about gods, like, in a different way. Like, they talk about gods in a different way than what normal things. So, like, all gods exist, but they're only real if they have people that worship them. They lose their powers or don't become as strong. They become like humans if they don't have people worshiping them, or believe that they're real. Which it's funny to think, because maybe, like, if you are religious, maybe all gods are real. I mean, if I don't know, because how?
That's
do you
why I
think that
said
that we could all come from one person. No, I think that there would be multiple, and if it was, it would be a woman, just one.
God is a woman. Yes. So
In the words of Ariana Grande.
Right. So I was talking about this with my friend the other day, and so okay, obviously there's different religions within the United States, right? But an overall consensus, if you said the general most common religious practice is Christianity in the United States. It's one of the highest religions. So I love supernatural. I can't read that right now. So then when you go to other countries, the main
Guy, you might need to get them together. My
supernatural stench comes from my man after he gets home from work. Well, it sounds like he needs a shower. Y'all need to have a talk about personal care, personal hygiene. So, but yeah, the main religion practice on different areas of the world are different. How are there so many different gods? You know what I mean? Like, they're just and then like the one religion can be tweaked in so many different ways. Like, there's so many different forms of Christianity.
First of all,
so it's like, to me, how is it all?
Because it's word of mouth.
I know
Things change based on time.
That's why I think religion's fake.
Woo! She's throwing out big words right there. She's throwing out big words. I mean,
we were trying to have this discussion with my parents, but we might have been a little bit too much intoxicated. But me and my dad both agreed that I believe that certain religious people were real, but I believe that religion was purposefully used and put in place as a form of government. Yeah, to control people as a fear.
But do you believe in Gandhi? Do you believe in, because it wasn't really.
I know. I believe he's real. Yeah,
I believe, but it was a way of life that was which came from other things, which he just was more of be conscious.
I don't believe
what
that.
you do.
Well, like Buddhism, I don't believe Buddhism is considered a religion because there's no God. Like, there's not a higher power. Like, they speak of higher power, but it's not.
Buddhism does speak of a higher power. That is their God. That is it's a higher form, a higher. It's not a.
But they don't. What's this? Asking for a friend.
Any of the other 5 years, Bailey's fine.
Bailey's what, Mama?
Asking if your mom is in there.
Yeah, she was. I don't know if she is anymore. I don't know. I don't think so. Who knows?
But I mean, it's just more of like. I mean, I took a Western religion class in school. And it's more so if you're just a good person. Like, I mean, there's some extreme religions, but like a lot of Western religion, I mean, even though they talk about women, some of it comes from like a, just be a good person. But that's why like like Buddhism and stuff like that, you don't. Most of them are vegetarians,
Right.
and because they believe all living life have feelings, and there's karma and repercussion for damaging some kind of living life, even bugs or things like that, because everything has a purpose. Everything serves a purpose.
Right. No, I agree, and that's what I think, that at the end of the day, that if you want to, and that's my thing. If you like it, I love it. So,
Yeah.
if you have this religion and it works for you and you believe it full heartedly, as long as it's not hurting yourself and another person, go for it. Because
I
at
mean,
the
there are
end,
cults, yes.
well, that's what I'm saying. No, that's not okay. But like, say if you're like, okay, I'm, Catholic. Okay, great. At the end of the day, if you live the best life you could do, you didn't hurt anybody, it didn't hurt you, great. You die feeling like you was a better person. That's fine. Carrots have feelings, they sure do. Stop feeding them to your rabbits. That hurts them.
Hey, everything has all living animals, living things. Like they may not have like zucchinis do have feelings. So do carrots. They all have living cells. They do. They have the same kind of cells, just different forms. So like, hey, murdering carrots are not okay. I mean, at this point, just eat air.
Right. If you cannot absorb your nutrients from the sun, what are you doing?
I mean, some of the like they're extremists in every religion, but and some of like I don't remember which one, so don't quote me on this, but one of the Western religions I was learning about, there was the extremist people in there where they actually just once they became into that religion, they just literally sat on a rock, and that's what they did. They didn't eat anything because they believed that uh, all of that was damaging. So they didn't eat anything. They just did their job as to be a good person, to not cause a stir in the environment.
She lives on air. Well, yeah. We all do need air.
Yeah, I mean, we all do live on air.
Correct. But fully sufficiently running only air. Is that woman still around? I saw this woman on Wife Swap because I watched that show, and it was a person who was like a full like pioneer person where they like got all their meat from their land and all their stuff, and they were super like pro hunting, whatever. So then they had to go and they switched wives with this lady who was like super vegan, super pro animal rights, and she didn't even eat cooked foods. She would only eat raw fruits and vegetables. But she proclaimed that she was getting her nutrients from the sun as well, and she was slowly like going off of slowly pulling away from eating food and eating less and less food and more sun, and that she would be eventually solely sufficient off the sun, and she would literally go outside and just stare at the sun for hours.
At that point, you might be crazy.
Right, I'm like,
But we're gonna just make one last segment before we get off here tonight. But I mean, what was it?
yeah, we get a little bit off tangent, but I feel like at least let's say kind of on point.
So I mean, it's just more so of like anything. I mean, if any of you guys ever see something as real, let us know. If anything that we talked about you find out was real, let us know. Because and you have video proof, send it to us.
Right. So we kind of got
You do go blind if you look at the sun. You're actually supposed to wear sunglasses every time you walk outside,
right.
and sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you
No
want to
matter
age
what
flawless,
right.
you better wear some sunscreen every
No
single day.
No matter what your melanin content is, either.
Yes. So
everyone burns. Thumbs up. That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, Bailey.
I was gonna say, I felt like we got a little bit off track as we do every episode, but I feel like we stayed pretty much on point this time, so I'm proud of everybody. And we got off schedule because I had to go out of town, but we should be doing another one Monday.
Yes, we'll be back evening. On Monday on our regular scheduled time. I'm at 6:00. We just wanted to get on here, speak to you guys about things and see what you're thinking and uh, it's always nice to hear from you guys, and it's nice to do it on Twitch because we get immediate feedback. But our next episode, we plan to talk about expectations. So expectations from ourselves, from others. Like, I mean, just we're probably gonna get real deep in it. Like, we wanted to throw some things in here and there, to be not as, you know,
Right. Try to go from serious topics to not something super serious. Where it's like last time it was relationships, this time just something more fun, lighthearted. So.
yeah. So I mean, but aliens are real, guys.
Period.
If you ever just watch outside, sit there, and you see a flying saucer, take a picture, send it to us
Right.
with hashtag girl aliens.
Girl, guess what? Aliens are real.
We're ghosts. But I mean, I'll tell you what, if we decide, yeah, expectations and some joke, amen. I mean, not amen, but
I don't know why on my chat it still does the star.
I don't know.
So I can't see. Half this stuff has been filtered out when all y'all nasties keep talking.
Because Bailey's underage, so
yes,
she doesn't
my mom
have.
monitors my accounts. So
Yeah. So I mean, we just want to talk about like some not so serious things this time, and just see how you guys are feeling. I mean, I always find the supernatural to be interesting, aliens and stuff like that. I don't want to go too much in depth and think about it too difficult. I mean, too far, because then I get scared and I can't sleep.
one of the dogs farted.
Mia keeps farting.
Oh.
I mean, aliens might not have genders. I don't know. I plan not to meet one. If I have already, I may have met one already. Who knows?
It's they them.
It may be an alien in my life that I don't know that they're an alien. They might actually just be an alien, just living, going along and loving, just being a human, acting like they're human.
Right. Make sure you ask the alien if you ever do meet them. Ask them their pronoun. We can't offend anyone.
Thanks, Lyso. She said she enjoyed tonight. JTR said aliens be like frog and be unisex. Guy said, I wonder if aliens pee through the fingers like Scary Movie. Hey, they may. We don't know. Hey, right. I'm just saying. Next time you feel like somebody's real weird in your life and they've been acting strange and you really think about it, they might be an alien.
Okay, and on that note, so join us next week on Monday.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching us. We appreciate you. If you have not followed us on any of our social medias, please do. If you have anything that you want us to fix or change, or have some tips for us, or feedback for us, let us know. You can message us directly on here, or go on to any of our social medias and message us that way. Tell your friends. We need to get up to this next. We need some more followers, guys. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Send people our way. Next week will be in depth, deep combo. Yes, so ma'am. Be prepared to break your tissues. Have a good night, James.
Thanks.
Have a good night, Guy. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming and listening to us.
Ending stream.
My dream.